Now we're going to talk about applying for positions. Your resume has to be outstanding, and there are several elements that are going to help it become outstanding. First and most importantly, always leverage NJIT's Career Service Office to ensure that your resume is well written and that it represents your full experience and knowledge. On this slide, you can see the resumes and cover letters section of the NJIT Career Services website. You'll notice that they have a series of links and guides that will help you draft your resume. And you can also set up your own appointment with your career counselor to seek additional assistance. There's also an artificial intelligence tool accessible by NJIT students called njit.hiration.com, which lets you draft, review, and complete your resume 24 hours a day with AI support. Now, very important when you make your application is to take a look at the job that you're applying for and to ensure that any keywords, which we identified previously, that are listed on that application page are also included in your resume. This is very important because most companies now have technology that does a first scan of your resume. And if they don't find enough relevant information, you may not even be considered. If you took a class with a name that contains the relevant keyword, make sure to mention that as well. Anything that gets that keyword mentioned that is true and honest should be included on your resume. Ensure that all of your relevant skills, including academic or personal projects, are included. I have many employers tell me that they would love to hire someone who has landscaping experience for civil engineering positions. The point being, those students know how to get their hands dirty and know the value of hard work. If you've done something, anything that's relevant to that job, list it on your resume. And finally, ensure that your resume is at most two, but preferably one page. As a student, your resume should not yet be that long. Let's talk about cover letters. Cover letters are still important for your applications. Generally, cover letters should have one paragraph or an introduction and an expression of interest, one paragraph demonstrating the relevancy of your skills to the position, one paragraph indicating your interest in the company and its overall mission, and one concluding paragraph. You can combine and mix and match those elements as needed, and make sure that your cover letter includes all of them. Since that can be a bit overwhelming, depending on the number of jobs you apply to, make sure to use AI tools to draft and review your cover letter. Here's an example of steps to follow. Copy the job description and paste it in your AI tool. Tell it to remember the text. Copy your cover letter template and paste that in your AI tool. Tell it to remember the text. Copy the relevant sections of your resume, but exclude any personal information, since AI tools tend to be public in nature, and paste it in that AI tool. Tell it to remember that text. Now tell the AI tool to draft a new cover letter based on your template, utilizing that information. When it produces something, review and personalize the new letter. Never send something that has been generated only through AI. Make sure to conduct a spelling and grammar check as well. Ways to apply for positions are very important. Now, we've already created a list of positions based on your previous search. Take a look at those positions and find ones that are currently open and available to you. Visit the career pages for the companies list that we previously identified and find available positions at those companies. Search LinkedIn, Handshake, and Google for any open positions using the keyword list that you created before. And finally, compile one list with links to all of these jobs and start applying. Now let's talk about getting noticed. The first round of your applications are quite often the toughest. Getting past digital scraping tools and making sure that you, above and beyond all the other applications, are noticed. Here are ways to get noticed. Try to identify the department head for that particular position. Try to identify the person who actually posted the position usually a recruiter or a member of human resources. Identify mid and senior level executives that might be at the company or in that division. Now send a note to that list of people above, indicating your application and your sincere interest in being considered. This is an above and beyond step that you can take to differentiate yourself from other applicants. Now, send a separate note to former interns or co ops at the company who previously participated in a role like this. You can do that by searching LinkedIn to see who's done so. Let them know that you'd value their thoughts and especially their recommendations if they're willing to offer it. That definitely helps you get noticed, since former interns and co ops are some of the best resources to recommend new students for those positions. Finally, keep it up. Students who get the co op they really want apply to at least 30 positions on average. It's okay to be discouraged. You're going to get a lot of denials. Everyone does. But it is not okay to stop applying because you're discouraged. Instead, you want to take a look at this as a project. Find areas for improvement in your resume or cover letter. Make sure you set dates and times and hold yourself accountable for the number of applications and the quality of the applications you send out. When you start thinking of it that way, that discouragement is going to start to decrease because you will see this as just another step in your professional journey. And that is how to find the co op or the internship that you really want.